So you want to get into hot tenting, but you're like me, and you don't want to spend a lot of money? Well, stick around, because today we're talking about a $50 hot tent from Gonex. Gonex? Go next. Yeah, $50 hot tent, but stick around to the end, because it's got one really big con, and I'm going to talk about that last. Hey everybody, welcome back to Adventures with Spackmann. Today, we're looking at the cheapest one-person hot tent from Amazon 2022. This tent has some pretty cool features, and some features that aren't so very good. I'm gonna go over the setup of this tent, and then we're gonna put it up against the Spackmann water torture test. So let me know in the comments down below, let me know your predictions for the Spackmann water torture test. Do you think it's gonna pass or you think it's gonna fail? Let me know what you guys think of this tent. It also comes with an inner mesh tent, which is pretty cool. It has two purchasing options, one with the pole and one without the pole. I opted to get the center pole with the tent. It also didn't come with enough guidelines for the awning, so I had to add 2 of those and 2 stakes because it doesn't come with enough stakes for the inner tent and the awning to be set up at the same time. That's not a huge deal, but it is a deal, right? So let's see how this tent gets set up. This tent comes with 18 shepherd hook stakes, and you start with the 8 stakeout spots. Once you have it staked out, you open up the door and you lift up the tent. Once your tent's lifted up, you have to go around and fix it. After that, I tied on all of the guy outs. And once you get it all guyed out and staked out, it's time to put the inner mesh tent in. The inner mesh tent has 2 red stakeout spots, which go to the stakes of the red stakeout loops. You need 2 other stakes for the front guy out spots for the inner tent. And then there's just a hook that goes up to the top up here. All right, so some cool features of this tent. The door unzips on both sides. It's a continuous loop zipper, so you can bring the zipper all the way down to either end and tie it up, or you can put it up in an awning like this. This is a pretty cool option for your hot tent. It's got a covered front porch, which is just really freaking cool. You have to add your own pole or stick. I also had to add 2 guy out lines to make this work and 2 stakes. But the option's there, and that's a pretty cool option in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of that option. I'll throw the weight of this tent up right here and the dimensions of the tent right here. Right now, you can currently get this tent for $50 or $49.99 with a $10 off coupon. I don't know how long that coupon's gonna last, but as of today, when I'm filming, there's a coupon to make it $49.99. So that's a pretty cheap hot tent. And if it passes the Spackmann water torture test, then that's 2 thumbs up in my opinion. Even if you have to seal it for $50, I guess we'll find out in a little while. So without further ado, you guys know the drill. I'm gonna set up the hose for an hour. I'm gonna check in at the 30-minute mark. If there's anything to relay to you at that point, I will let you know. If not, then I'll see you guys in an hour. Those could be a problem. That's light coming through those sewn holes. That is not the best seam there. Everything is seam taped though, except for this door. The whole door zipper is not seam taped. I have a feeling that's gonna be a leaky point. All right guys, it's just about 3:30. I'm gonna set the water up right now and get that going. All right guys, I think we got full coverage. Let's check her out. It's got 1 vent on this side. Oh, watch the guy lines. And another vent on this side. All sides are getting it very well. Door's getting it. This side's getting it. Stove jack's getting it. Stove jack flap. Hitting it right at the top. Now this is the sleeping area here, and all of these sides are getting it very well. This is what we want to test. This is where you're sleeping. The front, I don't know if I'm that worried about the front. Where the door is, it is getting tested, but you're not gonna be sleeping here, and I really have a feeling that seam is gonna leak, that door seam. I have a feeling that's leaking. We're gonna find out together. Let's get this test on its way. All right guys, it's been just about an hour. I did check it at the 30-minute mark. As I suspected, the door was leaking. It's not that close to the inner mesh where you sleep, but it's close enough that I think you need to worry about it and seal up this seam for the door. I don't know why the company didn't, but for some reason, most tent companies don't. So let's go inside and check out how the rest of it did. Oh, come with me, guys. You guys gotta come. Oh, this is where I saw the light coming through the holes. And this is all dry. That is all dry. I gotta say, even the ground is dry. Oh, stove jack flap. Dry. Dry. That's nice. That's nice to see. That's nice to know. All right, let's go inside this inner and look for leaks. Now, what I'm looking for in here is water on the mesh, which I do not see any, and I didn't see any at the 30-minute mark, or water on the bathtub floor, and there's none on that either. Now, let's check out this door seam. Let me turn around. Let's see if I can capture up. There's some of the water. That could have been from, oh no, it's actually, you can see it coming out right here. I just saw it come out of there. So that is a current drip that was not from opening the door. Oh wow, that's like see-through. I thought those were on the inside, but they're not. But this whole seam is wet. All the way around. You can see how it's wet. It's wet. It's not dry. This whole seam is leaking. I didn't open this door at all, and this whole thing is wet. But the rest of it is dry. $50 hot tent that keeps the water out? What? What? No way. If you had asked me if this... Somebody just squealed their tires down the road. If you had asked me if I thought this was gonna be dry, I would have said no. But look at this. This just happened. This just dripped on my leg. Right there. From where? See, I got another one. Ah. Right there. Shaboop. All right, let's get out of this tent and wrap it up with my final thoughts on this tent. Oh, and the biggest con about this tent is coming right up. $50 Gonex, Go Next, TP hot tent. I think it passed the Spackmann water torture test. What do you guys think? Only the door leaked, and this is not where you sleep. Stove jack flap stayed dry. The peak, the vents, even underneath, I think it passed. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you guys think it passed. But this tent has one major flaw with it. Let me show you right now. Right here, the stove jack. It doesn't come with the fire retardant material jack to keep your tent safe. That needs to be purchased separately. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like a hot tent should really include the stove jack, right? I don't understand why this company decided not to include it and charge another $5, because I'm sure that's all that would cost them to make it. Let me know what you guys think about this tent. It was $50 hot tent, guys. It keeps the water out. It's got an inner mesh thing. What more do you want? Thanks a lot for joining me on this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. $50 hot tent from Amazon. What the?